Welcome viewers, welcome to Gyan Darshan channel. So today I'm privileged to present the first part of the last episode of this series, live telecasting series on financial literacy and investor awareness in association with IGNOU Gyan Darshan. The second part of the series will be presented by the GM IPF Lieutenant Colonel Sumit Rana. This series has total 75 episodes, which was a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. So we'll be looking forward to furthermore such series so that investors can be made aware. Now to begin with today's topic is digital finance. So before moving on to our main topic, let us understand how our payment system has evolved over a period of time, from barter age to the UPI age. Earlier, people used to perform transactions through exchange of goods and services. For example, अगर किसी farmer को कोई machinery खरीदना है, तो वो क्या करेगा? He used to sell his produce to buy that machinery. Then, with the changing times and evolving times, people moved on to the coin age, whereby the dealing started in metallic coins, gold coins, silver coins. Then came the era of paper currency notes, which we are using currently also. Then we moved on to the plastic money, that is the debit cards and the credit cards which we use. And with the improvement in the technology and the use of internet becoming popular, we moved on to the UPI age, that is the payment over a single mobile click. So that's how our payment system has evolved over a period of time. Now let us understand what is digital finance. So if you see, digital finance is the delivery of traditional financial services through the help of computers, mobile phone, or tablets, so any electric mode of communication. So what are the benefits of digital finance? So if you see, there is 8 billion population in the world, but not everybody has access to the financial services, because most of the people are in the remote areas where the infrastructure facilities could not be built. So with this help of digital finance, we can reach to them, as 50% of the population have mobile phones right now. So through mobile phones, we can reach to them and provide these basic financial services to the people even in the remote areas. Other than this, digital finance also has some other benefits. Like now, banking has not only remained a basic mere transactional process. Now through banking services, we can even generate our transaction history on our mobile on a single click at any time which we want, even at our convenience. We don't need to go to the banks or visit any nearby banks to update our passbook. We can generate the statements on our mobile phone as per our requirements and make an analysis of our expenses, and even we can plan for we can do a financial planning in a better way. So digital finance is helping us to aid these services. Now banking has also evolved over a time. If you see, now banking has also considered that customer is the king. So based on this, banking services are also evolving, because they are providing customizable services to them, to their customers, and accessibility has become 24/7, so that people can access the services 24/7, and even through their mobile phones, not through internet banking. There are various methods through which we can access the banking services. And also nowadays, the ease of opening a bank account has also become very easy. Now you can open a bank account even in 15 minutes through a video call. You need not to visit the bank to open the bank account. So that is what attracting the new generation, or the Gen Z generation as we call, in the digital finance market as well. Now let's move on to the various cashless payment methods which we have. The first one, and the very common which we have, is the debit card. As we all know that every person who holds a bank account can have a debit card, right? So what are its uses? So through debit card, people, the first and foremost, when it was introduced, the first use was that it eliminated the need to carry cash. So suppose आप कहीं घूमने जा रहे हैं, कहीं बाहर जा रहे हैं, so आपको बहुत सारा कैश कैरी करके ले जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आप अपना कार्ड लेके जा सकते हैं, और आप जिस भी लोकेशन पे हैं वहाँ ATMs अवेलेबल होते हैं, तो आप वहाँ से अपना कार्ड से कैश जनरेट कर सकते हैं. इससे क्या फ़ायदा हुआ कि क्राइम रेट रिड्यूस हो गया। तो एक डेवलपिंग कंट्री में क्राइम रेट रिड्यूस हो रहा है इस इन सब फैसिलिटीज़ के थ्रू, सो दैट मीन्स इट इज़ मूविंग टुवर्ड्स अ डेवलपमेंट स्टेज, राइट। सब इसमें एटीएम विड्रॉल्स का जो ऑप्शन होता है, अब एटीएम विड्रॉल से हम कैश तो निकाल सकते हैं, लेकिन बहुत सारे लोगों को ये नहीं पता होता है कि हमारे पास हर बैंक एक स्पेसिफाइड लिमिट तक ही आपको पर मंथ एटीएम विड्रॉल फ्री में देता है। फॉर एग्जांपल करंट सिनेरियो में आप कोई भी अपनी ब्रांच के एटीएम से 5 ट्रांजैक्शंस फ्री में कर सकते हैं। उसके बाद अगर आप कोई भी फाइनेंशियल या नॉन फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजैक्शन आपको एटीएम से करते हैं तो आपके ऊपर आपका बैंक एक फ़ीस चार्ज करता है, जो कि अप्रॉक्स 20 रुपीज़ पर ट्रांजैक्शन होती है फॉर फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजैक्शंस। और मेट्रो सिटीज़ में तो ये ट्रांजैक्शन की लिमिट अब आरबीआई ने थ्री ट्रांजैक्शंस ही कर दी है कि आप पर मंथ में 3 ट्रांजैक्शन आप एटीएम में फ्री से कर सकते हैं। उसके बाद अगर आप कुछ भी ट्रांजैक्शंस करेंगे तो यू विल बी चार्ज द फी फॉर दैट। सो दिस इज़ व्हाट द डेबिट कार्ड होल्ड्स फॉर अस। ऑल्सो डेबिट कार्ड्स के थ्रू हम इंटरनेट बैंकिंग से कुछ भी पेमेंट्स भी कर सकते हैं। हम इसके यूज़ से इसके अलावा हम लोग उससे ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग करते हैं, उसका भी पेमेंट कर सकते हैं। कोई भी मर्चेंट पीओएस में कहीं भी जा रहे हैं तो हम डेबिट कार्ड्स के थ्रू पेमेंट कर सकते हैं। सो ये था डेबिट कार्ड्स के बारे में डिटेल्स। अब हम चलते हैं हमारे नेक्स्ट टाइप ऑफ पेमेंट मोड, दैट इज़ क्रेडिट कार्ड। सो हर किसी को लगता है कि अगर कोई सैलरीड पर्सन है उसी को क्रेडिट कार्ड मिल सकता है, बट दैट इज़ नॉट द केस। एवरीबडी कैन गेट अ क्रेडिट कार्ड इफ़ दे प्रूव द सोर्स ऑफ इनकम। फॉर एग्जाम्पल ज़्यादातर लोग पूछते हैं कि मैं हाउस वाइफ हूँ, मुझे क्रेडिट कार्ड मिल सकता है क्या, मेरे पास सैलरी स्लिप नहीं है। तो आपको भी क्रेडिट कार्ड मिल सकता है, बट फॉर दैट यू नीड टू हैव अ सोर्स ऑफ इनकम or you need to prove your repaying capacity to the bank, then you can avail the credit card services. जब हम क्रेडिट कार्ड की बात करते हैं तो आजकल लोग क्रेडिट कार्ड का यूज़ जो है सबसे ज़्यादा यूज़ अभी कर रहे हैं, क्रेडिट कार्ड लोन अवेलेबिलिटी के लिए यूज़ करते हैं। फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल मुझे क्रेडिट कार्ड चाहिए क्योंकि मुझे अपना रीपेमेंट कैपेसिटी प्रूव करना है कि मैं हर मंथ में अपना जो खर्चा है वो टाइमली पे कर सकती हूँ। तो इससे मेरा क्या होता है, सिबिल स्कोर भी इम्प्रूव होता है। सो दैट इज़ वन बेनिफिट ऑफ क्रेडिट कार्ड। सो क्रेडिट कार्ड के थ्रू हम नॉर्मल ऑनलाइन पेमेंट्स कर सकते हैं। क्रेडिट कार्ड बैंक्स हमको क्रेडिट कार्ड के साथ साथ बहुत सारे अट्रैक्टिव रिवॉर्ड्स और ऑफर भी देती है, जिससे कि हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स और सर्विसेज थोड़े चीप हो जाते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने सपोज़ क्रेडिट कार्ड से खर्चा किया 10,000, तो उसके लिए मुझे 50 रिवॉर्ड पॉइंट्स मिले। तो इन रिवॉर्ड पॉइंट्स को मैं अक्यूमुलेटिव कहीं भी बाद में यूज़ कर सकती हूँ, जैसे कि एयर टिकट्स बाय करने में एयर माइल्स के थ्रू, या फिर कोई प्रोडक्ट पे फर्दर डिस्काउंट पाने के लिए। इस तरीके से मुझे क्रेडिट कार्ड के रिवॉर्ड्स यूज़ हो सकते हैं। लेकिन हर चीज़ के प्रोज और कॉन्स होते हैं। सिमिलरली क्रेडिट कार्ड के भी कॉन्स हैं, जैसे कि अगर आपकी स्पेंडिंग कैपेसिटी से ज़्यादा अगर आप क्रेडिट कार्ड पे खर्चा करने लग जाए तो आप ओवर स्पेंडिंग और डेट में भी जा सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल आपका पर मंथ सैलरी है 60,000 रुपीज़, लेकिन आपके पास क्रेडिट कार्ड की लिमिट है और आपने 70,000 का खर्चा कर दिया, तो आप नेक्स्ट मंथ वो पेमेंट नहीं कर पाएंगे। तो इस केस में क्या होगा कि अगर आप क्रेडिट कार्ड पेमेंट में एक दिन का भी डिले करते हैं तो आपका जो इंटरेस्ट रेट है वो 24 to 36% हो सकता है। सो यू नीड टू बी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट spending your money as per your repaying capacity. So every good has its bad. So similar way अगर क्रेडिट कार्ड के कुछ फ़ायदे हैं तो कुछ नुकसान भी है। So with the rewards comes the liability to pay timely. अगर आप इसको टाइमली पे करके कॉशियसली अपनी स्पेंडिंग कैपेसिटी के हिसाब से यूज़ करते हैं, then it is a very helpful payment method for you through which you can earn rewards and make multiple payments also. So अब आते हैं क्रेडिट कार्ड के बाद हम नेक्स्ट IMPS. So what is IMPS? As the name suggests, it's immediate payment service. So IMPS के थ्रू आप विद इन सेकेंड्स अमाउंट एक अकाउंट होल्डर के अकाउंट से दूसरे अकाउंट होल्डर के अकाउंट में आप ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हो। लेकिन पर डे की इसकी एक लिमिट है कि आप इसमें मैक्सिमम 5 लाख रुपीज़ तक ही पर डे आप इसमें अमाउंट ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हो। कुछ बैंक्स अब IMPS के लिए हम लोग को मल्टीपल वेज ऑफर करते हैं। IMPS SMS के थ्रू भी हो सकता है, IMPS मोबाइल के थ्रू भी हो सकता है, IMPS इंटरनेट बैंकिंग के थ्रू भी हो सकता है। तो अगर आप IMPS मोबाइल के थ्रू करना चाहते हैं तो आपको सामने वाले का मोबाइल नंबर, जो उसके बैंक अकाउंट में रजिस्टर्ड मोबाइल नंबर होगा, वो उसकी डिटेल्स चाहिए, और एक MMID जो एक 7 डिजिट का ID होता है जो आपको IMPS सर्विस अवेल करने के लिए रिक्वायर्ड होता है, वो चाहिए होता है। सेकंड आते हैं इंटरनेट बैंकिंग के थ्रू हम IMPS कैसे कर सकते हैं। अब इंटरनेट बैंकिंग के थ्रू हमें IMPS सर्विस अवेल करने के लिए जो अकाउंट होल्डर है, जो सामने पार्टी जिसको आपको पैसा ट्रांसफ़र करना है, उसका अकाउंट नंबर और IFSC कोड चाहिए होता है। नेक्स्ट होता है IMPS वाया SMS। सो IMPS वाया SMS के लिए आपके मोबाइल में वो सर्विस एक्टिवेट होनी चाहिए आपके बैंक के थ्रू, तभी आप ये सर्विस अवेल कर सकते हैं। सो IMPS के द्वारा हम अमाउंट जो हैं विद इन सेकेंड्स दूसरे अकाउंट होल्डर के अकाउंट में ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं। ऐसे ही कुछ सिमिलर मेथड्स हैं जो हम आगे देखेंगे। उसमें से एक आता है NEFT, जो आपने बहुत बार सुना होगा। NEFT इज़ नेशनल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फ़ंड ट्रांसफ़र, जो कि RBI द्वारा गवर्नड और मैनेज्ड होता है फ़ंड ट्रांसफ़र। इसमें भी आप एक अकाउंट से दूसरे अकाउंट होल्डर के अकाउंट में पैसा डाल सकते हैं, बट ओनली वन कंडीशन कि जो दोनों बैंक्स हैं वो NEFT अनेबल्ड होना चाहिए। अब IMPS में जैसे एक मैक्सिमम लिमिट फिक्स थी कि आप 5 लाख रुपीज़ ही ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते थे। NEFT में ऐसी कोई मैक्सिमम लिमिट नहीं है अमाउंट की, आप कितना भी मैक्सिमम अमाउंट NEFT के थ्रू ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं। पहले क्या होता था कि बैंक्स में NEFT ट्रांजैक्शंस जो होते थे वो प्रोसेस के लिए टाइमिंग फिक्स होता था कि इस पर्टिकुलर टाइमिंग से सपोज़ 8 to 6 में ही ये NEFT ट्रांजैक्शन प्रोसेस हो सकते हैं। लेकिन ड्यू टू द चेंजिंग एनवायरनमेंट बैंक्स हैव आल्सो इवॉल्व। सो अभी NEFT भी 24/7 में प्रोसेस हो मतलब 24/7 में आपको सर्विस अवेलेबल है, तो अमाउंट्स आपका प्रोसेस हो जाता है इन बैचेस, दैट इज़ ऑफ हाफ एन आवर। सो इसमें कोई लिमिट नहीं है, लेकिन आपका ट्रांजैक्शन जो है वो थोड़ा डिले, दैट इज़ हाफ और 1 आवर के बैच में बैंक्स प्रोसेस कर देते हैं। अब NEFT के फ़ायदे क्या क्या है? तो NEFT जो होता है दैट इज़ अ वेरी कन्वीनियंट मीडियम ऑफ ट्रांसफरिंग फंड्स, बिकॉज यू हैव सेफ्टी कि ये पूरा RBI द्वारा गवर्नड होता है, तो आपके फंड्स की सेफ्टी है, सिक्योरिटी है, और आप मैक्सिमम अमाउंट्स कोई लिमिट नहीं है, तो आप कितना भी अमाउंट्स इसके थ्रू ट्रांसफ़र करवा सकते हैं। बस ओनली कंडीशन है कि दोनों बैंक्स जो है, दोनों अकाउंट होल्डर्स हैं, उनके बैंक्स जो है वो NEFT एनेबल्ड होना चाहिए। अब इसके अलावा NEFT वर्क कैसे करता है? तो फॉर NEFT आपके अकाउंट में जो दूसरा पर्सन है वो बेनिफिशियरी एडेड होना चाहिए। सो हाउ कैन यू ऐड दैट पर्सन एज अ बेनिफिशियरी? अगर आप इंटरनेट बैंकिंग यूज़ करते हैं तो आप अपने इंटरनेट बैंकिंग अकाउंट में लॉगिन करके अगर बेनिफिशियरी ऑलरेडी एडेड है तो आप डायरेक्ट ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं, वरना पहले बेनिफिशियरी ऐड करना होगा आपको उसको। वो आप अकाउंट में जाके ऐड बेनिफिशियरी का ऑप्शन आता है, उसमें से जाके आप उस पर्टिकुलर पर्सन की अकाउंट डिटेल्स आप एंटर कर सकते हैं, और जो कि 24 आवर्स में या विद इन हाफ एन आवर, आजकल तो विद द चेंजेस हाफ एन आवर में एक्टिव हो जाता है, और आप उसको थ्रू उसको बेनिफिशियरी ऐड कर सकते हैं, जिसके बाद आप उस अकाउंट होल्डर के अकाउंट में कितना भी फंड्स ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं थ्रू NEFT। अब इसके बाद हम आते हैं कि NEFT के भी कुछ चार्जेस होते हैं। हर बैंक जो नॉमिनल से चार्जेस बैंक्स चार्ज करती है, जो RBI द्वारा प्रिस्क्राइब रेट्स हैं, तो वो मैक्सिमम चार्ज 25 रुपीज़ होता है, वो भी जब अमाउंट 2 लाख से ऊपर हो। बाकी सारे केसेस में अगर आप स्क्रीन पे देखेंगे तो चार्जेस बहुत ही नॉमिनल होते हैं पर ट्रांजैक्शन। 2.5 रुपीज़ से लेके 25 रुपीज़ तक मैक्सिमम चार्ज NEFT के लिए बैंक्स चार्ज करती है। बैंक्स चाहे तो इससे कम भी चार्ज कर सकती है, क्योंकि ये रेट RBI ने मैक्सिमम रेट प्रिस्क्राइब किया है। अब हम चलते हैं नेक्स्ट, दैट इज़ RTGS, दैट इज़ रियल टाइम ग्रॉस सेटलमेंट। सो एज द नेम सजेस्ट कि इसमें जो पेमेंट सेटलमेंट होता है वो रियल टाइम बेसिस पे होता है, अनलाइक NEFT जहाँ पे बैंक्स बैच में प्रोसेसिंग करती है और थोड़ा डिले होता है। यहाँ पे रियल टाइम बेसिस पे जो ट्रांजैक्शन होता है उसमें इमीडिएट पेमेंट सेटल होता है। बट RTGS की एक कंडीशन है कि सॉरी, RTGS के लिए मिनिमम अमाउंट जो होता है दैट इज़ 2 लाख रुपीज़। मतलब अगर आपको कोई लार्ज फंड्स ट्रांसफ़र करने हैं तो ही आप RTGS का यूज़ कर सकते हैं। अब RTGS में भी कुछ ट्रांजैक्शंस फ़ीस होती है, दैट इज़ 24.5 रुपीज़ इफ़ द ट्रांजैक्शंस आर बिटवीन 2 लाख to 5 लाख रुपीज़, और अगर 5 लाख से ज़्यादा है तो 49.5 रुपीज़। सिमिलर टू NEFT, इन चार्जेस को भी ये मैक्सिमम चार्जेस प्रिस्क्राइब्ड हैं RBI से, तो इसका भी बैंक्स लोअर रेट चार्ज कर सकते हैं। UPI based transfer. आजकल UPI based transfer is the most used payment method. If even we can see a small vegetable vendor also has a UPI account, so that UPI based transfer account of service, so that we can make the payment through UPI. So what is UPI? यूपीआई होता है यूनिफाइड पेमेंट इंटरफेस. ये एक सिस्टम है जहाँ पे मल्टीपल बैंक अकाउंट्स को एक सिंगल मोबाइल ऐप के थ्रू हम मर्ज करके और सारी बैंकिंग सर्विसेज उसके थ्रू प्रोवाइड की जाती है. अब इसके बेनिफिट्स क्या क्या है? अब यूपीआई एक सिंगल ऐप है जिसमें आपके सारे मल्टीपल बैंक अकाउंट्स आ रहे हैं और इससे आप यूटिलिटी के पेमेंट्स भी कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, आप अपना मोबाइल बिल पे कर सकते हैं, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल पे कर सकते हैं थ्रू वन सिंगल ऐप के थ्रू, और आपके सारे अकाउंट्स इसी में लिंक्ड होंगे. अब हम यूपीआई आजकल बहुत ही पॉपुलर है, क्योंकि इससे क्या होता है, हमें कोई कार्ड, कैश कुछ भी कैरी करने की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होती है. हम हमारे मोबाइल के थ्रू डायरेक्ट QR कोड स्कैन करके पेमेंट कर सकते हैं. तो अगर जब और इसमें सेफ्टी भी है, बिकॉज़ ये यूपीआई ऐप्स जो होती हैं ये सिक्योर्ड होती हैं और इसके थ्रू हम सेफली पेमेंट ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं. अब पहले क्या प्रॉब्लम होती थी कि अगर हम कहीं जा रहे हैं शॉपिंग के लिए, अगर हमें कुछ 15-20 रुपए की चीज़ लेनी है, तब तो राउंडिंग फिगर में हमारे पास चेंज होता था तो हम ख़रीद सकते थे. बट अगर कुछ 19 या 18 रुपीज़ होता था तो हमें एक्सचेंज में चेंज की जगह चॉकलेट्स दी जाती थी. अभी यूपीआई का ये बेस्ट एडवांटेज है कि अभी क्या होता है कि हम डायरेक्टली 18 या 19 रुपीज़ सामने वाले के यूपीआई अकाउंट में ट्रांसफ़र कर देते हैं, तो जो बचा हुआ हमारा चेंज है वो भी हमारे पास ही आ जाता है. इसलिए चेंज कैरी करने की रिक्वायरमेंट भी घट गई है. और इसके यूज़र्स हैं कि ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा यूज़र फ्रेंडली है. इसके यूज़र फ्रेंडली होने से हमें क्या फ़ायदा है कि कहीं भी इसको कैरी कर सकते हैं. सिमिलर टू यूपीआई हमारे डिजिटल वॉलेट्स होते हैं. अब डिजिटल वॉलेट क्या होते हैं? डिजिटल वॉलेट इज़ सिमिलर टू योर इज़ अ रिप्लेसमेंट ऑफ योर ट्रेडिशनल वॉलेट. ठीक है, जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल डिजिटल वॉलेट्स अलग अलग टाइप्स के होते हैं. कुछ मोबाइल बैंकिंग वॉलेट्स होते हैं, कुछ ट्रांजैक्शन वॉलेट्स होते हैं. तो अब इन डिजिटल वॉलेट्स का यूज़ भी हम सिमिलर टू यूपीआई कहीं भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं. बट ओनली कंडीशन इज़ टू यूज़ दिस इज़ यू हैव टू हैव अ मोबाइल नंबर, और उसका आपको अपना केवाईसी रजिस्टर करवाना पड़ता है विद द डिजिटल वॉलेट ऑपरेटर. उसके बाद ही आप इस वॉलेट में फ़ंड्स ऐड कर सकते हैं और फिर उससे अपना पर्टिकुलर एक्सपेंडिचर जो भी है वो आप कर सकते हैं. अब एग्जाम्पल्स क्या क्या हैं डिजिटल वॉलेट के? अगर आप स्क्रीन पे देखें तो टेलीकॉम बैक्ड वॉलेट्स होते हैं, इंडिपेंडेंट वॉलेट्स होते हैं, और कुछ वॉलेट जो होते हैं जो बैंक्स अपने खुद से गवर्न करता है. तो ये पर्टिकुलर वॉलेट्स भी हम पेमेंट मोड में यूज़ कर सकते हैं. अब इसके बाद एक मेथड आती है टैप एंड पे. अब टैप एंड पे, व्हाट इज़ टैप एंड पे? अभी इतना पॉपुलर नहीं है यहाँ इंडिया में टैप एंड पे कस्टम, बट जो करंट न्यू बैंक कार्ड्स इशू कर रहा है वो एक वाईफाई एनेबल्ड चिप के साथ इशू कर रहा है, जिसके थ्रू क्या होता है कि आप बिना कोई पिन डाले अपने कार्ड को बस पीओएस मशीन पे या कहीं पे टैप करके अपना पेमेंट डायरेक्टली कर सकते हैं. बट सिंस इसका अभी ज़्यादा यूज़ नहीं है और सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न्स के कारण आरबीआई ने इसकी एक लिमिट सेट करके रखी है कि इसकी लिमिट अभी सिर्फ INR 5,000 रुपीज़ है. तो इससे ज़्यादा अगर आपको पेमेंट करना है तो आपको पिन डालना पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज़ आप 5,000 तक का जो भी ट्रांजैक्शन है आप वो कार्ड के थ्रू टैप करके पे कर सकते हैं. तो इसके भी प्रोज एंड कॉन्स है, जैसे कि इसका यूज़ इजी है कि आपको कहीं भी कुछ पिन एंटर नहीं करना है, डायरेक्ट कार्ड से आप टैप करके पे करके इजीली कहीं भी ट्रांजैक्शन कर सकते हैं. लेकिन इसका कॉन ये है कि अभी इतना ही एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं है, हर जगह टैप एंड पे का टैप पे सर्विसेज अवेलेबल नहीं होती है. इसका भी लिमिटेड एक्सेप्टेंस है और इसकी ट्रांजैक्शन लिमिट भी बहुत कम है, दैट इज़ INR 5,000. इसीलिए इसको अभी ज़्यादा लोग यूज़ नहीं करते हैं. मोरओवर मैं चाहूँ तो ये 5,000 की जो मेरी लिमिट है इसको भी मैं चेंज कर सकती हूँ अपने बैंक अकाउंट में, बैंक इंटरनेट बैंकिंग के थ्रू. फॉर एग्जांपल, मुझे नहीं चाहिए कि मेरे कार्ड से 5,000 भी टैप होके पे हो. So what I can do is I can go into my internet banking and set the limit ki how much amount I want to pay through my tap and pay card. That is, but it can be only up to maximum 5,000. That is the limit prescribed by RBI. Sorry. Now if you see, there are digital payment helplines also, where you can visit and take guidance on how to use the digital payments available. So these are the helplines and the channels available which you can visit for any assistance relating to the digital payments. If we see now, currently we have seen that various digital options are available, but how secure are we in this digital world? That we have to see, because there are several risks associated with the technology. Security is the foremost concern currently in the banking industry, because currently if you see, there are so many frauds or banking frauds happening. So we need to understand what are these kind of frauds and how we can protect ourselves from these frauds. So first we'll see, first is manipulated text and calls claiming to be from your bank. So if you might have heard, some people have complained that people are calling from pretending to be calling from their banks, and they are calling as in to ask your account has been hacked. So what you will do in the case of urgency, you will try to respond, right, that you will provide their details. But you need to be careful that banks do not call for asking your account details. So you need to be careful in this regard, and do not share your account passwords or details with anybody calling you pretending from your bank address. Moreover, along with this, sometimes you might have heard phishing attacks. So phishing attacks is what? That you get an email with an attachment pretending it to be from your bank or from a legitimate person, saying you open this attachment and you'll win this, or from your bank claiming that this is a urgent requirement, you need to fill it, enter your account password and the ID. So this is what is phishing attack, where somebody try to through social engineering, they try to spoof you through this. So you need to be careful, and you need not share any attachments like this, because even if you don't enter your ID password, even if you just open the attachment, they can infect the virus in your system, which through which they can enter into your system and get your all personal details. So it will be like a identity theft along with the other financial details theft which you may face. Other than this, if we see, there are physical phone theft and hacking. So if you see, if your phone is lost, so it is a very good chance for the people to sell the data if through the lost phones. So what you can do to prevent this is, you can every smartphone has this option that if your phone is lost or stolen somewhere, what you can do is you can log in into your phone ID password through other internet banking, and you can just click on erase data. So it will erase all the important details on your phone, so that the hacker cannot take charge of your phone and the details within the phone. Because as we have earlier seen that now everything is in our phone, even our mobile details, our banking details through UPI and wallets. So those all details will be erased on a single click if you opt for those services, if your phone is lost. That's how you can prevent yourself from falling into this prey. Now, other than this, there is several other methods like key logging. What is key logging? So key logging is nothing but a kind of a malware which the hackers get into your system, through which they read every activity which is happening on your phone. सपोज अगर आप अपने फ़ोन में कुछ भी टाइप करें, फॉर एग्जांपल किसी का कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर है, या किसी को अपने पासवर्ड भेज रहे हैं किसी चीज़ से रिलेटेड, इवन नॉट इवन बैंकिंग, अदर पासवर्ड्स, हर कुछ चीज़ जो आप भी कर रहे हैं, वो की लॉगर्स के थ्रू वो हैकर आपकी सारी डिटेल्स को रीड कर सकता है कि आप क्या टाइप कर रहे हैं अपने फ़ोन में. सो फॉर दिस यू नीड टू बी वेरी केयरफुल कि आप कहीं भी रैंडम किसी वेबसाइट से, जो ऑथेंटिकेटेड वेबसाइट नहीं हो, वहाँ से कुछ डाउनलोड ना करें, और अपने फ़ोन की सिक्योरिटी रखें, और अपना फ़ोन या कंप्यूटर को एंटीवायरस सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करके उसको प्रोटेक्टेड रखें. इसके अलावा अगर हम देखें तो और भी काइंड ऑफ बैंकिंग के सिक्योरिटी डिफ़ॉल्ट्स हो सकते हैं, जैसे कि वाईफाई हैकिंग. अब क्या होता है कि अगर हम किसी लोकल जगह से वाईफाई यूज़ करते हैं, तो मे बी पॉसिबल हो सकता है किसी लोकल कैफेटेरिया या फिर एयरपोर्ट पे या कहीं और पे हम किसी लोकल जगह से वाईफाई यूज़ करते हैं, तो मे बी हमारा जो हैकर है वो जो हमारा डेटा ट्रांसमिट हो रहा है कहीं बैंक की साइट तक, उससे पहले ही वो हमारे सिस्टम में एंटर करके हमारा डेटा जो है वो चुरा सकता है. सो यू नीड टू बी वेरी केयरफुल कि अगर आप किसी आउटसाइड लोकेशन से अगर आपका कुछ बैंकिंग डिटेल्स या बैंकिंग एप्स एक्सेस कर रहे हैं, तो आप वाईफाई की जगह अपना मोबाइल डेटा ऑन करके ही यूज़ करें until unless that Wi-Fi is a secured line which you are aware of. So this way your data will be protected in this case. इसके अलावा अपनी पर्सनल बैंकिंग डिटेल्स और अपना पासवर्ड्स बहुत ही ये सारी चीज़ें प्रोटेक्ट करके रखें. और पासवर्ड्स जो हैं वो बहुत ही कॉमन ना रखें, जैसे कि हर कोई जो इजी टू क्रैक हो बेसिकली. जैसे अब एडवाइसरी आती है पासवर्ड में भी, जब आप एंटर करते हैं उसमें भी आपको वो रिफ्लेक्ट करता है कि वो वीक पासवर्ड है, स्ट्रॉन्ग पासवर्ड है. तो मेक श्योर कि आपका पासवर्ड स्ट्रॉन्ग इनफ हो ताकि कोई आपके जनरल पासवर्ड्स को हैक ना कर पाए. फॉर एग्जांपल आप अपना डेट ऑफ बर्थ या अपने मेडन नेम ये सब अपने पासवर्ड्स में ना रखें. मेक श्योर दैट पासवर्ड इज़ समथिंग यूनिक एंड ऑल्सो मेक श्योर दैट इट इज़ with you only, so that you can access it whenever required and store it in a secure place. And also just advise that don't keep a list of all the password in a single page, because once if that list is hacked by someone, your all the accounts or the passwords may be hacked by someone. So digital finance security के लिए अब हमको क्या क्या करना चाहिए. सिमिलर एक सेफ़ ईमेल आईडी होना चाहिए, स्ट्रॉन्ग पासवर्ड्स जैसे कि हमने अभी डिस्कस किया, पासवर्ड हमें स्ट्रॉन्ग रखना चाहिए. हमेशा मल्टी फैक्टर ऑथेंटिकेशन यूज़ करना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल आप किसी भी ऐप में लॉगिन कर रहे हैं तो यू शुड इंश्योर कि आपके पास एक OTP आ रहा है, उसके थ्रू ही आप लॉगिन कर पा रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल मैं अमेज़ॉन में अगर मेरा अकाउंट है तो अगर 4 लोग यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो कोई 5वां इंसान यूज़ ना करे, तो व्हाट आई कैन डू इज़ आई कैन सेट अ लिमिट कि जब भी कोई लॉगिन करेगा तो आई विल गेट द OTP दैट इज़ एंड आई कैन लॉग इन ओनली आफ्टर दैट. सो यू नीड टू कीप ऑल दीज थिंग्स इन योर माइंड एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स इन योर माइंड ताकि आप फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज को यूज़ करते रहें लेकिन विथ योर सेफ्टी. So in the end, I will just like to conclude that even though the digital world has evolved over a period of time, we have everything now on a single click, but we should be very cautious and think before sharing passwords or account details with anybody, even though if it is your family person or any other person. Thank you so much.
क्रिटिकल है बट वी आर ट्राइंग.
ये सब हुआ कैसे?
एक फोन आया था राजेश के पास. उसने कहा कि उनकी 1 करोड़ की लॉटरी निकली है और उसके लिए उसने बैंक डिटेल्स मांगी. राजेश ने सारी डिटेल्स दे दी. 1 घंटे के अंदर ही उनके बैंक अकाउंट से सारा पैसा साफ हो गया और वो यहाँ आ गए. हार्ट अटैक आया है.
देखा आपने, आपकी जरा सी असावधानी क्या कर सकती है. डिजिटल फ्रॉड करने वालों से सावधान रहें. अपनी बैंक डिटेल्स, अपना डेबिट या क्रेडिट कार्ड नंबर, एक्सपायरी डेट, CVV, OTP, पिन कभी किसी को ना बताएं. सावधान रहें, समझदार बने.
IPF अथॉरिटी द्वारा जनहित में जारी.
हाँ जी सुरेश जी, रिटायरमेंट के बाद जो प्रोविडेंट फंड आएगा उसका क्या करेंगे?
कुछ खास प्लान नहीं है. पड़ा रहेगा बैंक में, ब्याज आता रहेगा और क्या.
सुरेश जी, बैंक से कितना ब्याज आएगा? एक नई स्कीम बताता हूँ, उसमें पैसे लगा दो. साल भर में दुगने बल्कि चौगुना हो जाएगा. हाँ, बस कुछ नए मेंबर्स बनाने.
नहीं सुरेश जी, इन सब फालतू चक्करों में मत पड़िए कि नए मेंबर बनाना, रातों रात करोड़पति बनाना, ऐसे सपने दिखाने वाली स्कीम से बचकर रहें. आप लालच में आकर नहीं, समझदारी से निवेश करें. नए मेंबर बनाओ, वर्ल्ड टूर पे जाओ, कमीशन पाओ या उपहार घर ले जाओ. ऐसे सपने दिखाने वाली स्कीम से बचकर रहें। ऐसी स्कीम्स धोखा हो सकती हैं।
IPF अथॉरिटी, कॉर्पोरेट कार्य मंत्रालय द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
यार वो मेरे बचपन का दोस्त है, वो क्यों मुझसे झूठ कहने लगा? वो कह रहा था इस स्कीम में पैसा लगाने पर 6 महीने में 10 के 20,000 हो जाएंगे।
और तूने मान लिया?
ऐसा ऑफर कौन छोड़ता है? 10,000 के 20,000।
एक काम कर, ये ले 100 रुपये पकड़ना और जाके 10 किलो लड्डू लेके आ।
अबे पागल है क्या? 100 रुपए में 10 किलो लड्डू आते हैं? अबे इसके तो 1 किलो लड्डू भी नहीं आएंगे।
जब इतना जानता है तो ये नहीं जानता कि 6 महीने में 10,000 के 20,000 नहीं होते। समझदारी बढ़ा, लालच नहीं।
लालच में न आए, समझदारी बढ़ाएं। IPF अथॉरिटी द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
कैनवास में रंग भरकर उसे जीवित बना देना एक कला कहलाती है। इसी तरह अपनी जमा पूंजी बढ़ाकर जिंदगी बना लेना भी एक कला ही है। मैंने भी ये स्टूडियो ऐसे ही बनाया है, पाई पाई जमा करके।
मुझे भी लोग फ़ोन करते हैं, मेल करते हैं, मुझे कन्विंस करते हैं कि उनकी इन्वेस्टमेंट स्कीम्स बहुत अच्छी है।
उन लोगों के भी रेफरेंसेस देते हैं जिन्हें फ़ायदा हुआ है, पर मैं अपनी रिसर्च खुद करती हूँ। आपको भी यही करना चाहिए। सरकार की कुछ वेबसाइट्स हैं जिन पर जाकर आप अपने निवेश से संबंधित पूरी जानकारी ले सकते हैं, और ये वेबसाइट्स हैं मैं अपने पैसों को लेकर सावधान रहती हूँ, आप भी रहिए।
IPF अथॉरिटी द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
Hello friends, I am Sumit Rane, General Manager from Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority. And today it is a great honor and privilege for me to be in front of you and take this presentation. Also, I would like to mention that we, along with the Indira Gandhi National Open University, had 75 lecture teleseries, of which this is the 75th, that is the culminating episode. And this was also to commemorate the 75 years of Indian independence under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So I will be taking a presentation on the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority. The Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority was constituted under the Section 125 of the Companies Act of 2013 with the objective of promoting investor education, awareness, protection, and to make refund of claim to the investors. The IPF Authority is a statutory body constituted by the Government of India under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs for administration of the fund, that is the IPF fund. The authority was functional from in 2016, and the source of this Investor Education and Protection Fund is all the unclaimed dividends, mature deposits, and debentures, etc., as well as the shares of this unclaimed dividends which have been transferred to this fund. I'll be explaining you in detail about all the source of fund and the claim process for it in the subsequent slides. Now, as per the legislative mandate for the functioning of this authority, it is drawn from Section 124 and 125 of the Companies Act. The main two mandates being the first one being ensuring refund of shares, unclaimed dividends, mature deposits, debentures of the investors, and the second mandate being promotion of investor education, awareness, and protection. Now, as per the mandate, the main functions of the IPF authority is to process the refund of shares, unclaimed dividend, mature deposits, debentures, and various other things which have been transferred to the IPF fund from the companies. Now, we have a major role here to play, that we ensure that the refund is done to the rightful claimants after due verification is done at our end. The second mandate being to promote investors' education, awareness, and protection measures to enable present and prospective investors to take informed financial decisions while staying protected from misleading or fraudulent financial practices. So that is also one of our mandate, to keep our investors aware about various Ponzi schemes, various fraudulent practices which are happening, and make them aware. Now, the relevant rules and sections of this Companies Act under which this authority was made are 124, which deals with the unpaid dividend account, and Section 125, which deals with the Investor Education and Protection Fund. The relevant rules are the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, Accounting, Audit and Transfer and Refund Rules of 2016, and the various amendments coming from time to time. Now, as per the key provisions, that is under the Section 124, now any unclaimed, the company has to transfer all the dividends which have been declared by the company. Till 30 days they have to keep it with them. After that, they have to transfer it to an unclaimed dividend account which has been made by the company for this purpose. Once the company transfers the amount to the unclaimed dividend account, they are required to publish notice in the newspapers about various claimants, giving the details for any of the claimant to claim. If within this 7 years, if the claimant has to claim for this unclaimed dividend and shares, they have to claim from the company itself. But after 7 years, if the claimant has not claimed any of his unclaimed dividend and shares, then this get transferred to the IPF fund, that is Investor Education and Protection Fund. And thereafter, if the claimant has to claim this, they have to claim from this authority. So they have to claim from us. I will subsequently be telling you about the claim process for claiming by the claimant. Now, the various amounts to be deposited into the fund remaining unpaid or unclaimed for more than 7 years, like I mentioned before. What are these source of funds? These are the mature deposits, mature debentures, the application money due for refund of interest, and sale proceeds of fractional shares, as well as redemption proceeds of preference shares. Now, these, after 7 years, after the company keeps it with them, they are transferred to the fund, that is Investor Education and Protection Fund. Also, as per the regulations in vogue, the dividends money which has been transferred to the protection fund, the corresponding shares are also required to be transferred to this fund, for which the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority maintains two accounts wherein the shares are transferred to us. Now, these are with two central depositories of India, that is, one is with NSDL and the other is with CDSL. Just to give a glimpse of the number of companies which we have transferred shares to us, the total number of companies whose shares have been transferred to us are about 2,141. This includes both the NSDL as well as the CDSL. We have about 116 crore worth of shares, number of shares transferred to IPF. And also, the value of these shares today is presently approximately 50,000 crores, almost 50,000 crores. Now, filings by the companies to IPF. Now, what are the various filings which the company has to do? Now, there are several forms for which the company as well as the claimant has to file to as per the regulations. Now, the first IPF Form 1, which is there, it is gives out the statement of amounts which have been credited to Investor Education and Protection Fund after transfer of amount to IPF. Now, this is filing is done by the company. Now, then there is IPF Form 2, in which the statement of unclaimed and unpaid amounts which may become due for transfer during the next 7 years, this company discloses it in the Form 2 and files it with us. Just to give a mention here, the nodal and the deputy nodal officer appointment and updation is also done in this form. I will be speaking about to you about this nodal officers and deputy nodal subsequently, but just to mention here that these updations are also done in Form 2. Then there is Form 3, wherein the company, the statement of shares and unclaimed or unpaid dividend which are not transferred to IPF are been disclosed here in IPF Form 3 and the reasons why they have not been transferred to us by the companies. So these are the various forms which we have here. Now, just to mention the IPF Form 5. Now, this IPF Form 5 is the Form 5 which is required to be done by the claimant to claim his unclaimed shares and dividends which have been transferred to the IPF after 7 years, which I had mentioned initially with the IPF. So, in case any claimant has to claim these shares, so they have to file this IPF 5 form. Now, this is an online form and it is totally hassle-free. I will come to you in detail ahead in the subsequent slides about what is the procedure for this IPF 5 Form 5. Now, there are various other forms. The only others are forms are filed by the companies, but the IPF 5 form, which is filed by the claimants. Now, this is the claims and refund procedure which we have is, the claimant has to file IPF 5 form, which I mentioned. The form is auto-transferred to the nodal officer of the company. Now, again, I would like to mention about nodal officer. Every company has got a nodal officer who deals with the fund transfer and the share transfer done to the IPF. So, for any issues or any queries, the claimant has to contact the nodal officer of this company, respective company, in which he had the shares and which have been transferred to the IPF. So, they contact the nodal officer and they help in resolving and also guide them about the various procedures on how to claim the shares and dividends from the authority. The nodal officer then gives an online e-verification report to the authority, and the claims are then processed in the authority for refund. All the refund process is online, and the shares and the amount of money are also transferred online to the rightful claimant. I would just like to mention a few things here. Earlier, we were relying on physical documents and the forms being sent to us by the claimants by post. However, now we have totally re-engineered this process, and now all the filings and all the claimant procedures are online. So there is no question of sending any documents by post. Even the documents have to be scanned and send it to us, and the refund process is also online. So it is totally online without any physical intervention. Now, at the authority, we have our own standard operating procedure wherein we check the claims. We have to go through this procedure. We have our own rules in place, and only after due diligence has been done, then the claims are approved and are transferred to the rightful claimants. So we have a verification report which is submitted by the company. Then for the genuineness of the claimants, we go through various KYC documents like the Aadhaar card, PAN card. Then the entitlement to the claim is established to the physical shares or the bond certificate which the claimant attaches with his claim online. And also we go into the establishment of legal heirship to transmission related documents like the succession certificate. These are those cases where the original holder has not present and his successors are claiming their parents' shares and dividend money. We also verify the demat account and the bank details in which the money has to be transferred or the shares have to be transferred. The verification of the claimed amounts and the shares from the e-filings made by the company of the authority. And after this and after all these procedures are at our end, we approve the claim to the rightful claimant. Just to give a small statistics about how many claims we have done. Totally in this year itself, we have received about 22,900 claims of IPF 5, out of which we have settled about 16,000 claims. Right from our inception, since the time this authority was established, we have received about 1 lakh IPF 5 form filings from claimants, and we have settled about 65,000 cases. We have this year so far we have been able to transfer 55,000 shares to the rightful claimants, taking the total of the number of shares to 2.19 crores. Also, the amount which we have refunded this year so far is 4.5 crores, and taking the total amount of dividend money transferred to almost 31,000 crores. This is the graph and statistics which I'll just show you. These are the number of shares that I just mentioned in the data also, that we have transferred 55 lakh shares and 4 crores of dividend money. Now, we have various digital creatives of IPFA in which we inform the claimants about the various claim refund which is being done through the online process. So we have this awareness about the claimants to the claimants on how to file this IPF 5 form and what is the procedure to claim your unclaimed dividends and shares. So these are the various initiatives which we keep on posting on social media as well as on our website. So this IPF 5 form and all the claim related queries and are already there on our website www.ipf.gov.in. We also have help toolkit for filing those IPF 5 forms. We have videos on how to file, what are the documents required, and necessary steps to guide the rightful claimants. Over the years, we have also taken various steps for doing ease of doing business. We have simplified rules from time to time so that the claimants are as well as the companies don't find it difficult for them to file their claims. So we have been working on it. We have also now working on simplifying the forms even further so that the claimants are there is an ease of doing business for the claimants as also with the companies. Now coming on to our second mandate, that is the first mandate was to give the unclaimed shares to the rightful claimants. The second mandate is to advocate media advocacy and awareness about the authority. So, with that objective in mind, we have adopted and implemented proactive strategy to achieve the mandate of promoting investor education, awareness, and protection while working towards attaining inclusive financial literacy for stakeholders of all demographics. Now, for this, we have taken a 360 degrees approach in which we have print, electronics, as well as social media. We also have outdoor field publicity as and door-to-door interactive channel, and many more depending upon the message and need. One of the channels is what I am doing today is of the Gyan Darshan channel. This is one of our mediums to promote investor awareness amongst various class of people. Now, we also have investor awareness programs. These are primarily done in rural and urban areas through professional institutes, central and state government bodies, and other strategic partners. So, this investor awareness programs are done in rural areas wherein resource person educates the people about investor awareness, even small topics like bachatnama, budgeting, small savings, what are the various options they have available for investing their money, hard-earned money. We also have collaboration with financial institutes for spreading investor awareness and engaging with stakeholders by using co-branded collaterals. So we have banks wherein they promote the financial awareness about in various people through the standees in the bank or print media, or you have this banks whenever you take an ATM receipt, you have something, a message given on that receipt. So we have this tie-up with financial institutions as well. We also have this conventional media wherein we advertise and promote awareness through radio jingles, videos, and running of scrolls on television channels. Now, we have media campaigns through our digital and new media. We have our website wherein we regularly keep updating the investors about their claims and the processes, and also if there are any changes in the rules, and if we go ahead with the ease of doing business, we keep on advocating in our website. We have bulk SMS campaign as well. We also have a mobile app which you can download and keep abreast with the various investor awareness programs also, and various other materials also. We have social media also, we handles like the Instagram, Facebook, wherein we keep updating time and again at a regular intervals. We also have MyGo website through which we conduct various competitions as well, which is also one of the crowdsourcing platforms. We also have conducted a few Nukkad Nataks also for peoples at various places to promote investor awareness. Now, just to give a glimpse of the statistics of the investor awareness programs, we have conducted so far 66,000 investor awareness programs, and we have covered almost 31 lakh citizens in 604 districts, and which are covered under the 30 states and union territories. We have a strategic partnership for investor awareness in different pockets. We have various partners like the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, the Institute of Company Secretaries. So we have collaboration with various strategic partners like the India Post Payment Bank, Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan, who in turn conduct this awareness programs in rural as well as urban areas. And just to mention a few this thing about the rural areas, we also have this investor awareness programs run through the common service centers which have been set up by the government for promoting the awareness programs. So various partners which we have, like I just mentioned, the common services centers. We have Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan, India Post Payment Bank. We have various banking institutions. We have All India Radio. We have Doordarshan TV where we run our scroll messages. We also have this Gyan Darshan channel for promoting investor awareness, as well as we also have research chairs through which we have awareness programs being conducted. Various digital initiatives which we have taken in the last a few years. We have the mobile app which has been launched. We have awareness being done through social media handles. We also have MyGov platforms. Then various audio visual tools. We have TVCs, TV commercials which are being flashed on various channels. Also radio jingles which are run on All India radios and other broadcasted over other mediums also. We also have a senior citizen film which was been broadcasted. Then we have Doordarshan and scroll messages running. We have a panel discussion and Varta Shrankhala on the All India Radio. Then we had this tele-lecture series. Now this is also a part of the Gyan Darshan series, is also part of this tele-lecture series which we have. Then we also have conducted state conferences in Bhubaneswar, Dharamshala, Guwahati, and recently we had it in Srinagar, which was widely appreciated by the people over there. Then we have Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav ka iconic day, which was celebrated under with the Union Finance Minister. We have various CSC Common Services Center vans which will go to the rural places where people are not able to come to that common service center. So they go door to door, do door to door campaigns as well. And of course, we have this print and publication where we advertise in newspapers, brochures. We have our newsletters. We have our investors handbook, which is published and circulated widely. We have our own digital initiatives, like I mentioned, in various print. Just a glimpse of that is flashed on your screen. We also have a helpline number, which is 11-digit toll-free number for all the claimants to have any queries. They can call upon this number and get it resolved. Now, I'll just flash you through the various programs which we have been conducted so far. These are the few glimpses on your screen. We have it with various stakeholders like the IPPP, that Indian Post Payment Bank, Common Service Center, ICAI conducting it, NYK is conducting it. Then we have those two vans of CSC creating awareness. And also we have this Niveshak Didi campaign which is being run by the Indian Post and Payment Bank. We have conducted various webinars and online competitions during the COVID, where a physical movement and physical conduct was not possible. So we have used that webinar platform also to promote awareness. Then we also have Doordarshan scroll messages which are just being flashed on that, and various state level conferences. So with this, my friend, this was all about the Investor Education Protection Fund Authority. I hope this tele-lecture series and this presentation was helpful, and it will help you in making an informed investor, empowered investor, and a smart investor. Thank you very much.
Do you wish to be part of a television studio like this, or any other media system, or already part of any media system, want to enhance a new set of skills? Welcome to School of Journalism and New Media Studies. Here in the School of Journalism and New Media Studies, we are offering program for all set of people to learn and enhance their media skills. The vision of School of Journalism and New Media Studies is to generate a new set of professionals in the area of media and communication studies with understanding about role of media in the national development and global understanding. We offer innovative programs in the field of journalism and mass communication that sets the benchmark of high quality learning and teaching process at the national level. We offer these programs across the country with the help of our regional network as well as study center. Same manner, many of our programs are offered through online mode with a sophisticated learning management system. SOGNMS offers programs from PhD in journalism and mass communication till certificate level. We have masters in journalism and mass communication. The eligibility is a bachelor's degree, and we are introducing this program in 3 languages: Hindi, Tamil and English. Students from national and international students can join either through online mode as well as in a distance mode. We have 4 postgraduate diploma programs.
Hello learners. On behalf of School of Vocational Education and Training, I, Urshla Kant, welcome you all to this very interesting session of Master of Science Information Security, that is MSCIS, and PG Diploma in Information Security, that is PGDIS. I hope you all doing well, stay safe and stay healthy. As you know, in today's scenario, information security is a matter of great concern. To protect information, different techniques are used by the organizations, especially when the information is used on the internet and it moves in the cyber world from one computer to another computer, crossing different geographical boundaries. There are chances of information theft on the way by some malicious users. To protect information against such threats, the data protection is a must, which is the main objective of these programs, that is MSCIS and PGDIS, by which we can safeguard vital information against such threats. Now I come to the main objective of this program, the learning outcomes of these programs. Learners should have the following learning outcomes, which are expected as knowledge outcomes and under skill and competencies. Under knowledge, we can demonstrate and understand the complex body of knowledge in the specialized area of information security, based on our research experience from a master project and global research literature. And also in-depth knowledge in the network security, cyber security, policies and standards law, business security, digital forensics, cyber attack, cloud infrastructure, cyber security, and theoretical and practical insight into methods used to obtain this knowledge, and also to analyze web application testing and audit e-commerce and cyberspace, ITO security, latest trends in information and cybersecurity, and process, and they are being used for security purpose. So these are our knowledge outcomes. And our learning outcomes in aspect of skill and competencies are to apply critical analysis and reflection to ethical research and demonstrate cognitive and technical skills in a body of knowledge or practice. To able to work both independently or in groups on complex tasks that require cooperation across all information security disciplines. And also to plan strategies with a outsourcing company with a specialized area of information security. You can also communicate effectively by writing well-structured reports and contribution for project reports and by oral presentation. You can also able to apply relevant theory, methods and analytic approaches within areas of information security. You can also solve problems for current issues in the information security industry. You can also integrate general information security with e-commerce and business. In today's session, we will cover the course in MSEI 021. That title is Introduction to Information Security, in which we will cover Block 1 and under that Unit 3, and Block 2 under that we will cover Unit 1 and 2. So today we will cover these topics. As I already told you about the program objectives, our program objectives are to spread awareness of information security and protection, to provide protection and security to personal data, and to build data-oriented infrastructure in the companies, and also to raise high professional ethics in the individuals and students towards providing information security, and also to experiment and learn the skills and techniques needed for providing protection and security to our information. Now I am coming to the program structure of these programs. In this program, there are two semesters. First semester consists of 4 courses. I quickly tell you about the structure. In these 4 courses are MSEI 021, 22, 23. In these first 3 courses, there are practical also inbuilt, which is called MSEI 021P, MSEI 022P and MSEI 023P. So these 3 courses are having practical courses also. So don't confuse with that ki where to give the practicals and all. So it's all the information will be provided by your concerned regional center and study center. So I will tell you ki in these first 3 courses there are practical, and the 4th course, that is MSE 024, title is Policy Standards and Laws. It does not have any practical component. It is only theoretical based. Now I am coming to the semester 2. In these there are 4 courses. That is MSEI 025, whose title is Application and Business Security Developments. Then MSEI 026, BCP DR Planning and Audit. And MSEI 027, Digital Forensics. And the last course in this semester is MSEP 028, that is Project. In these first 3 courses of 25, 26 and 27 are having practical, and MSEP 028 is entire project. So all these details will be provided by your concerned regional center and study center where you will have those counseling sessions and all. Now I am coming to the learning outcomes of this Block 1 Unit 3. In this we will able to understand the importance of information security. So the importance of information security, I want to tell you that what is the definition of information security first of all. So information security deals with the protection of information and information systems from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, perusal, inspection, recording or destruction. So it takes care of confidentiality, integrity and availability of data. So this is very, very important. all of you should know कि what is information security. Now this, just a minute. Yeah. What is information security? It is all about protecting information, privacy, integrity, confidentiality, availability, authentication, identification, authorization, and accountability. As I already told you about the definition of information security, so I want to tell you about this in this at this aspect कि what is integrity? What do you mean by integrity? Integrity refers to the data that it should remain as it was, it should not be modified. So you cannot make any modification. That means it is tells about the integrity of the data. And also, what is confidentiality? Confidentiality refers to protection of the exposure of information to unauthorized individuals or systems. So, no, not any authorized person, only the authorized person can access the data, not the unauthorized person. So, this is confidentiality. And also we are talking about availability. What do you mean by availability? Availability means it refers that information must be available when it is needed. So whenever it is needed, it should be available. So at this point, these three terms are very, very important: integrity, confidentiality, and availability. Now I am coming to the basic principles of information security. I already told you about this: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now, what are the types of data? There are 4 types of data. First is public data. Public data means, which is also known as private data. This data is also, it is a type of data that company workers generally know, but outside should not know it. So this is internal data. And confidential data is the type of data which is used by a limited number of internal users and should not be known to the majority of employees in any organization. Human resource, like for example HR and payroll information, generally falls under this category, under confidential data. Then secret data. What is secret data? It is the type of data which is the most confidential data to an organization or even to the individual, and if this would be breached, then it could lead to a big mischief. That means the big mischief will happen and we will lose our data. So these are the types of data. Now I am coming to how to secure data. These are the techniques by which we can secure data. First of all, encryption. Encryption is the first technique. Then strong user authentication. Then backup. We should take backup of everything so that we cannot lose our important data. Then file level security. Then hide data with steganography. This is a very important technique to secure data. Then public key infrastructure. Then IP security, and then secure wireless transmissions. So all these are the techniques by which we can secure data, and the details of this technique are well explained in our self-learning study material, which if you will read it, you will find that the language is very, very simple and all the concepts are explained very beautifully in that our study material. So please, my advice is please go through the study material and read about all these techniques. Now I will give you that general mistakes which leads to security breach. Generally we will fall under that and we commit these general mistakes, like first of all, sometimes we fail to install updated antivirus. This is the big mistake we always do. Keep its signature up to date and apply it to all the files. So we should know that we should keep our antivirus updated so that we cannot lose our important data. Secondly, we fail to install security patches especially for Microsoft Office and Microsoft Internet Explorer, Firefox and Netscape. So we generally fail to install the security patches, so that we will also lose our data because of that. We also not sometimes we are not making and testing backups regularly, because by due to less time, so sometimes we cannot keep the backup. So that is the big mistake we do. Then next, we are being connected to more than one network, such as wireless and a physical Ethernet. So whenever we will connect to the different networks, so then the loss of data will increase, the chances will increase, so we should avoid it. Then also we fail to implement or update the antivirus regularly. So if we will implement or update antivirus regularly, so the security breach will not happen. We fail to educate users on what to look for and what to do when they see a potential security breach. Sometimes we are not aware ki what we should do when breach happens, and we are not aware ki what we will do, then we cannot do anything. So this is the big mistake. So we should aware ki how to prevent these security breaches. By simple steps are there. So if we will follow it, so we will not lose our data. And also we can allow sometimes we allow untrained or uncertified and unexperienced people to take responsibility for securing important systems. So that will also create data loss. Now I am coming to the ways to make Windows more secure. These are the ways by which we can secure our Windows more comfortably. First of all, by enabling App Locker. This is App Locker is there. So by enabling App Locker, we can use this we can secure Windows more securely. Secondly, by enable BitLocker, and then raise UAC slider bar. This is also very important to make Windows more secure. Setting up your home group. This is one of the way to make our Windows more secure. Then we can use smart cards. Then Windows Defender are also available. Then Windows Firewall. This is very, very important way to make Windows more secure. Then how we can use the internet properly. These are few of the instructions that by which we can avoid data loss. First of all, be careful with your personal information. Whatever we have the personal information, be careful that we cannot leak that information to some other person by mistake or by some doing, so that we can prevent data loss. Then respect the privacy of others on the internet. We should respect the privacy on the internet. Be careful when you download anything from the internet. Whenever we can download anything, so please be careful. We cannot download the unauthorized things. So be careful in that. Don't give your password to anyone. These are very, very simple things, but we should know to avoid data loss. So don't give your password. Password is very, very important. And this is also very important ki for making the password, you should make a very good password by the combination of numerals and a mixture of letters, numbers, and letters should be upper and lower case, alphanumeric. You can also use special symbols also. At least it should be 12 characters long. So be careful by making good password. Then don't try to break into someone else's computers. So don't try to break other computer system by making the theft. So this is very, very important. So by this we can use the internet properly. Then password security. As I already told you that password is very, very important. There are big chances to leak that password. So be careful for making this password very secretly. Do not use personal information. So for making the password, we cannot use the personal information like date of birth. We should not use. Do not use real words. words we should avoid it, real words we should avoid it. Mix different character types, as I already told you that numeric, alphanumeric, symbols you should use, and lowercase, uppercase. Use a passphrase and use a password management tool. This is very, very important for password security. Now I will tell you about the we'll come to the block 2 and unit 1 and 2. In this, the learning outcomes of these units are to understand different types of IT threats, to know vulnerabilities present in our IT world, to define the implications of malware attacks. This is very, very important as malware. I will come to that point. And then describe types of malware and their internal working, that how malware works. Then evaluate various deadly viruses in our systems, and also to understand malware countermeasures. So by this, these are the learning outcomes. Then we will come to the network security, what we should do. These are some do's for network security purpose. Choose your password carefully. Choose the password very carefully. Then attend the network security trainings. This is very, very important. And save your work related data in the work network. You should always save your data in your computer before shut down the computer. Do encrypt data. Utilize network virus protection software. Report unauthorized use of your computer, and always lock your workstation. Before leaving the place, you should always lock your computer, shut down properly, and then leave the computer. Then don't disclose your password to anyone. Don't leave passwords around your workplace. Before leaving, you have written somewhere and that will leak to some other person. So please avoid it. Don't save confidential information on shared network. Should not open suspect emails. If you are not properly, you are not aware that these emails are not related to you, so my advice is don't open it. So you should not open the suspect emails. Don't use automatic login features. Network security should always be taken seriously. So it should keep in mind that you should not avoid that network security is not important. It is very, very important. Then I will tell you about some network protocols. These are internet protocols, transmission control protocol, which is TCP. This is very, very important. You should know. All this information will be there in our study material. So you will go through our study material, and as I already told you, key language is very simple, so and it is well explained. So please go through our study material for the description of these protocols. Then Internet Control Message Protocol, Internet Group Management Protocol, which is IGMP. Then Address Resolution Protocol, which is ARP. Then Routing Information Protocol, that is RIP. Then Domain Name System, DNS. Simple Network Management Protocol, that is SNMP. So all details are there in our study material. Then what preventive measures we should take care of? That is network encryption, that is IPsec. This is very, very important. You should know. Firewall. What is firewall? So I will tell you what is firewall. Basically, it is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules. This firewall establishes a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external network such as the internet. So this firewall is very, very important. You should know. Then intrusion detection. What is intrusion detection? It is an IDS. It is a device or software application that monitors a network for malicious activity or policy violations. Any malicious activity or violation is typically reported or collected centrally using a security information and event management system. So this is very, very important, intrusion detection. Then identity theft, as you are aware of, you must be heard of identity theft. It is a fraud or cheating of another person's identity in which someone pretends to be someone else by assuming that person's identity. So it is a crime in which a criminal obtains key pieces of information, personal information, in order to pose as someone else. So we should avoid it. This is fraud. So this is called identity theft. Then access control, traffic monitoring. This is also the one of the very important preventive measures. Then vulnerability scanning. Then of course antivirus. As you know, antivirus is very, very important, and we should download it, or we can purchase it, or we should update this antivirus regularly. Then what are the threats to IT security? The threats are computer virus threats. It may be computer virus threats. It may be spyware threats. It may be hackers and predators, phishing threats, Trojan horses and worms. These are the threats to IT security. Then what are the vulnerabilities in our cyber world? You should know. The vulnerabilities which are there are hardware vulnerabilities, software vulnerabilities, network vulnerabilities, web vulnerabilities, and organizational vulnerabilities. So these vulnerabilities are there, and it is well explained in our self-learning study material. Then what are the malware attacks? It is a serious risk to the information assurance of all organizations. These malware attacks is very, very serious issue. Load and kill running processes and application. They capture keystrokes. They search and copy files. They steal passwords. So if malware is there and it steals password, then we will leak our information. It edits the system files. It remotely reboots computers, and also it controls client-server architecture. So this is very, very harmful malwares, and we should avoid it, these malware attacks. What are the types of malware? These are spyware, adware, virus, worms, Trojan horse, hoax, blended threats. So these are the types of malware. We should avoid it by following some instructions and steps. We should avoid it. Then how to secure Windows? We can secure Windows by Window Defender, Windows Firewall, antivirus software, and by spyware countermeasure. This is all about today's session, and thank you so much, and I hope you have enjoyed this session. And for further query, you can contact or write an email to our email ID, that is mscis@ignou.ac.in. Thank you so much.